When we talk about a toxic work environment, I think we all have a different idea of what that might look like. But what makes a work environment toxic? What makes a company toxic? Often, I don't think a company is actually the toxic ones. It might be toxic managers or toxic leadership. But in the end, regardless of whether your culture is toxic, the company is toxic, the organization is toxic, or your managers are toxic, the end result is the same. The employees leave that company. How does a company become a toxic company? I believe a big part of the issue comes from companies not recognizing good leadership. Instead, they promote certain personality types that are like them, types that they resonate with, types that, simply put, are not good leaders. The poor managers are not held accountable for their actions. They end up influencing the system and employ social bullying to make the employees give up and leave the company. They lose their balance at the upper management level, and before they know it, they've created and even fostered a toxic work environment. This may happen when a company's upper management sees strength in a competitive mindset and personality type. So they build a management team of competitive personalities who don't like to give up, they don't like to be challenged, they don't like to be told no, and their focus becomes numbers, targets, profits. They lose sight of employee wellness and they forgot their role, what they were there to do. Their goals have now become profits instead of employee wellness. They were there to enable employees and care for the wellness of every employee who trusted the system. They committed to caring for their employees and they failed. They aren't held accountable because they see what they're doing and what each other are doing as strengths. We often talk about diversity in our workplaces, but too often we focus solely on that we can see. We talk about ethnic background, race, skin color, gender, age, and we forget about diversity of thought, diversity of personality types. We forget about balancing different strengths in leadership. I have personal experience with those who have been the only non-toxic managers in a toxic organization, which in turn almost made them the toxic one because they were the only countercultural voice who wanted to take care of people and connection and build processes first before addressing profit. If you take care of your people will take care of your customers and the profit will follow. After much stress, depression, and battles, those managers either left the company or they were let go because the company made the decision to go in another direction. That direction was more profit-oriented than people-oriented, but it was the best strategic decision for that company because that's how that company operates. The attitude to put people first was not welcome at that company. It didn't fit the culture or the goal of the company. And that is a toxic work environment.